Remember, folks, I'm just a Muppet in a chair. Don't take me seriously. Hey, what's going on, Booms? It's good to see you. Welcome back to the channel. And I'm reacting to Dave Allen, somebody who I haven't done a reaction to in quite some time. It's been over a year. Now, this one is Dave Allen religious jokes, which I don't think I've done. If I have, please let me know. But I remember when I did a few reactions to Dave Allen. I said at one point he reminds me of George Carlin, if George Carlin was nice, you know. Very, I mean, in my opinion, pretty similar comedians, I guess. Not that they're both gone, rest in peace, but like I said, he reminded me of George Carlin if George Carlin was nice. George Carlin made plenty of religious jokes over his career, and he was not so nice. So I'm guessing Dave Allen is not going to be very visceral towards religion, although sometimes that can be funny when you really crap on anything in comedy. I mean, everything in comedy's fair game for the most part, but there have been some comedians who have really railed on religion. George Carlin is one. Jim Jeffries is another. But I don't think Dave Allen's going to be nasty about it. Which, you know, I'm not defending it because I'm not a religious person myself, but I think I'll find this interesting. And hopefully you do too. Remember to like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want. And let's check out Dave Allen. It's nice to see him again. Here we go.
Little fellow walking into a bar, and standing outside is a nun. And she looks at him and she says, "Before you enter this den of iniquity, think of your mother and your father." He said, "They're dead. They're dead in heaven." She said, "Well, think of the damage the alcohol is going to do to your brain." Huh? What are you talking about? Have you ever had a drink? And the nun says, "No." He said, "Well, how the hell can you stand there talking about it and saying drink is going to do damage to your brain if you've never had it?" I'll tell you what, I'll go in, get you a drink, bring it out, give it to you, you drink it. If you don't like it, then you can talk about it. But don't talk about things you've never experienced. What'll you have? And the nun says, "I don't know." "What do ladies generally drink?" He says, "Gin." She says, "All right, I'll have a gin. But get it in a cup so nobody will notice." The fellow goes into the bar and he says, "Give us a pint of beer and a double gin in a cup." And the fellow says, "Is that bloody nun out there again?" The Pope discussing the existence of God with an out-and-out...
Sorry for pausing. I don't think I've ever reacted to Dave Allen. He looks so young in this. This is probably really old clips that they put together in this particular compilation. But he looks sharp, I must say.
He says, "Give us a pint of beer and a double gin in a cup." And the fellow says, "Is that bloody nun out there again?" The Pope discussing the existence of God with an out-and-out atheist. Starts off very correctly, discussion. And as the hours go by, it gets more and more heated. And eventually the Pope turns to the man and he said, "The mom! Get the mom! And you, come here. You are like a man who is totally blindfolded in a dark room looking for a black cat that is not there."
Dominic de Coco.
The fellow said, "With all respect, Your Holiness, I think there's great similarity between us both." He said, "What do you mean, similarity?" He said, "Well, as far as I'm concerned, you are like a man who is blindfolded in a totally dark room looking for a black cat that isn't there. The only difference is that you found it." Get a nun. Gets up in the morning and leaves and walks down the corridor. And another nun looks at her and says, it's a difficult thing to say, another nun.
It is. Another nun. It is difficult.
You got out of the wrong side of the bed this morning. And she goes on down, and another nun says, you got out of the wrong side of the bed this morning. And this happens 15 times, and by then she's livid. And she meets the Mother Superior. And the Mother Superior is just about to open her mouth, and the sister says, don't tell me that I got out of the wrong side of the bed this morning! And the Mother Superior said, I wasn't going to say that. I was just going to say, what are you doing with the bishop's shoes on?
Oh, he's dressed up. Fuck. Just that.
I am what you might call a practicing atheist. I'm quite happy to be an atheist because I think actually God likes atheists better. We never ask him for anything. We're not bothering him all the time saying, oh God, please help me, I want this thing. And as a practicing atheist, there's certain things that I travel around the world, and no matter where I go, somebody called Gideon leaves me this book to read. It's an Irish book because it says it all began at the beginning. There are certain things that, when I read the Bible, and I do read the Bible.
Ooh, his chair is pretty wobbly there. Careful with that drink, pal.
That I find difficult to understand. I mean, if God has been there forever, what was he doing before he got to us? I mean, what was he out there doing? Was he sitting there going, bored today, what'll I do? I mean, suddenly from nowhere, he suddenly decided to create a world. I'll make a world, that's what. Make a world, yes, that's what I'll do. Rivers, seas, boom, mountains. Boom, everything is there. I want a garden. I'd like a nice garden. Whack! Garden bee. Hate gardening. Need a garden. Ah, gardener, spit and dust. Adam. Hey! And he, Adam, never once says, where in the name of God did I come from? I mean, he's 40 years of age. He has no child, and he has no recall. He doesn't say, how did I get here? But he's quite happy. He just kind of trundles around the garden, working away. And God is looking at him. And he sees that Adam is happy. I didn't put him there to be happy. I'll put a stop to that. And God, during the night, sneaks down like a thief and steals, doesn't ask, doesn't request, steals it. His rib. And from his rib, he makes woman. And Adam wakes up in the morning, he's a real thickie. He's lying there, and there's somebody else, he doesn't say, where did you come from? How the hell did you get here? Where did you get those lumps? Just goes out and goes gardening. And God comes down and has a conversation with Eve and tells her that she can eat of any fruit in the tree in the whole garden with the exception of one fruit tree. He's talking to a woman. He actually tells her not to eat of the fruit. And then when she said, which tree can't I eat? He said, that one over there. He points it out to her. And when he goes and hides, and she sneaks up to the tree, and a snake comes down and has a conversation. A snake. Now, if I see a snake, I'll back off. One starts talking, I'll crap myself.
Oh, it's just yeah. The talking snake bit. I always found that very odd. But of course it's, the devil. But yeah, Bible's got some interesting stories in it. to say the least.
And the snake actually convinces her to eat the apple. And she eats the apple. And when she eats the apple, she learns shame. That's what happens when you eat apples. Now, she's not ashamed that she's disobeyed God or that she's eaten the apple. She's ashamed of one part of her body. That's all. She becomes ashamed of that area of the body. Now, why that area? Why not her elbow? Her nose. Do you actually realize that if Eve had been ashamed of her nose, every woman in the world now would be ashamed of your noses? You'd all be sitting here tonight with little nose knickers on. Men would be in nightclubs watching totally naked ladies with G-strings on their nose.
What a fucking image that is. You ever like hear something like this and then you just start picturing it and it just becomes even more absurd? I do that a lot.
Take them off! Oh, I saw a nose!
Yeah.
And this is the book. This is the book that you'll go into court and place your hand upon. And swear to tell the truth, the whole truth.
Truth and nothing but the truth.
The first funeral I ever went to, and believe me, this is true, I was 6 years of age. And as they lowered the box into the ground, the priest said, "In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost." And I, for years, used to bless myself and say, "In the name of the Father, and the Son, and into the Holy Ghost."
Oh, that was great. That was great. Oh, boy. I love this guy. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to get back around to Dave.
One final custom that we have in Ireland regarding death and the funeral is that only one person who is buried in a graveyard can go to heaven. Which basically means if two people are buried in the same graveyard on the same day, the last one in has got to wait till tomorrow. So can you imagine what would happen if one funeral met another funeral going to the same graveyard?
Uh-oh, what's this? Are we gonna see it now? Two caskets. Oh no. Don't drop it. Oh boy. Did Dave Allen have like his own show at one point? Because some of this seems like it's like he talks and then like skits come up. Again, I'm just guessing, but if there's a Dave Allen show out there, please let me know because I'd be interested in watching. Now it's like Charlie Chaplin. with the casket on top of the car. Yep. This is brilliant. Oh no. There's something about that old Chaplin style with the really fast framework that's just, I don't think you could make like something that's not funny with that type of with that type of frame rate. Who's gonna get there first? Somebody's already there. That was great. He just sits on it.
Little fella dies and goes to heaven, and St. Peter said, would you like to have a look around heaven? And the fellow, yeah, I would, actually. So they're looking around heaven. And he said, who are those people over there? He said, oh, they are the Muslims. They are Muslims there. And over there we have the Jewish people. And these are Anglicans and Hindus, Baptists. He said, why do you have this big wall here? He said, behind the wall, you see, we have the Catholics. He said, why do you have the Catholics behind the wall? He said, shh. They like to think that they're the only ones here.
Oh man, it was good to see you again, Dave. Yeah, I like that. I like that. None of his religious jokes are really malicious in any way. I guess you could interpret some of them that way, but doesn't compare to Carlin going, or Jim Jeffries going scorched earth on religion. Nothing like that, you know. And if I remember right, I don't think Dave Allen like really curses that much in his work, does he? I could be wrong. But I don't know. I love it. The thing I like about him the most is probably his storytelling abilities. Like I could listen to that man talk all day long. He has a unique gift to, you know, you're hanging on every word when he's in that chair talking to you, or if he's on stage. He's just got a great storytelling ability, bar none. That's the thing with most stand-up comedians. That the best ones are the not the ones with the best punchlines usually, or the most energy. It's the best storytellers, and Dave Allen is a master at that. So, but yeah, let me know if there's like a Dave Allen show out there that I could go back and watch. That would be interesting. Definitely be interested in seeing that. But yeah, he feels like your like uncle or like grandfather or something, you know? He feels like that relative that you have in your family that you love hearing them tell stories. And you know, they're outlandish, but he does it in such a calm manner, and he's such a sweet man. It just reminds me of like a family member that you wish you had, you know. Great guy. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want. And I'll see you boomerites again soon, all right? Have a great day, everybody.